before your face. And the Hebrew Israelite community, who's supposed to have the law as their foundation, use the biblical law to subjugate the minds of the folks that they have under their thumb, but never look at Masa's law. Because Masa's law is the one that in effect was supposed to be based on just right principles. But let's look at the term white person. That's right, white person. You know, the one who rules you. The white person is in here. Lord have mercy. It says white person, as used in all these, as codified by the Naturalization Act, March 26, 1790. Member of the white or Caucasian race as distinct from the black, red, yellow, and brown races. Whoa! So white person is in here, ain't it? Well, let's see if we can find black person. Oops, it ain't in here. Well, let's see if we can find Negro. Well, it ain't in here. But let's see what is in here. It is the term colored. Let's see if I got colored somewhere in here. And I thought I had it already set up here. Colored. Let's see
241.
what it said. 240?
241.
241. Don't be scared to talk up in here. Now, I want y'all to show this area right over here. Because, see, we had one of these big mouth, I say big mouth, Hebrew Israelite who claimed he was going to bring 50 folks in here. That's right. This is your program, not mine. And he claimed he was going to be a part of the program. Well, we got seats set up for you. We ain't scared. This is your program. And yet, show that shot over there. That's what you see. That's what the Hebrew Israelites community has given its people. Just that, a bunch of talk.
Ooh.
But because they do seek the word of Yah, then there is power there. Don't get me wrong now. Yah chose these folks. And as long as they give you the word, at least they're giving you something. Now, color. Let's look at color. It says, by common usage in America, this term in such phrases as colored persons, the colored race, colored men, and the like is used to designate Negroes. That's right, Negroes. That's right. Or persons of African race. Wait a minute. If we's of African race, why y'all call us Negroes? Massa? Huh? What's up with that? Including all persons of mixed blood descended from Negro ancestry. It's interesting that, let's look at this, and that they would call us Negroes and then call us African. But yet, the Africans ain't never claimed us. They never claimed our women, because we know we got the finest, most intelligent women on the planet, and sell to the highest bidder. Ain't nothing changed in this. Masa's still doing just like he was been doing. Lord have mercy. And they prostituting themselves all over the world, as well as to each other, because this lesbian thing is big time. Now, let's look at this one last document right here. Bring this back over here. You'll find now, this is my youngest son's birth certificate. What Masa did, he got slick. Ain't Masa slick? He don't even put race on there no more. He leave that blank. He just put the fact that you a slave, because these numbers equate to that. Now, on this line right here, you'll find ain't no designation for race. Now, look on down here. You'll find that who signed it? Oh, that's right. His woman, who I thought was mine. She signed, but you'll find out that I was there now. I've been there with all my children. The doctor had to tell me to move out the way because they was castrating children, losing children. They wasn't gonna lose mine. You see what they did? They typed my name in. Why? Because I wasn't signing nothing. You know what I'm talking about? And I didn't even know about this back then. But I knew one thing, I had to sign that document. But his woman, she signed it. That's okay. That's good enough right there. See, what you find is the woman has been used for power and control for Massa for the longest. And he continues to promote programs through American Idol, Superman, and all this other garbage to make sure that his woman stays with him. Now, but let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to where the real Massa was in control. Genesis. Let's go to the Genesis. Let's pick it up at chapter 2, and I want to pick it up at verse 16. Genesis, chapter 2, verse 16. And Yah Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat of it, for in the day that you eateth thereof you shall surely die. I'm going to read down to verse 18. And Yah Elohim said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. Lord have mercy. Now let's come on down to verse 23. Was he going to be a helpmeet for him, or was she going to be a thorn in his side to the day he died? Verse 23. And it says, and Adam said, now this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Isn't that interesting? Now let's move on to chapter 3, and I want to read verse 1 through 7. Now, the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which Yah Elohim had made. He said unto the woman, yes, have Elohim said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the trees which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. Now, it goes on to say this, and the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. For Elohim doth know that in the day you eat thereof, your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. We peeping the game now. This is what it's all about. Power for this woman who's been raised in this perverse society. Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also to her husband with her, and he did eat. You see what happened when you follow these women? And he was the prototype man doing what these Negroes are doing to this day. Verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. My last scriptures in this chapter is, in the same chapter, is verses. So after this atrocity had been committed, it speaks on this wise. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In sorrow you shall bring forth children, and your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. And to this day, these sisters have said, y'all, you lied. We ain't gonna be